watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. It is official. For the past 3 days, parts of the DMV have been dealing with a heat wave. That means temperatures have reached over 90 degrees. Now, the extreme heat coming as today marks the first day of summer, with temperatures expected to rise over the next few days. Meteorologist Damon Matson has been busy all week. He joins us now with the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, you said that it was going to get hotter, and that's what we're experiencing.
Yeah, it's about to dial up even more, Mark, no question. And even for those locations that, yes, technically just only hit 89 degrees yesterday, at the end of the day, it's still hot and humid, and this is a long stretch of more of the same. Let's talk as we go into this afternoon. We not only will have those 90s back in play yet again, but today, unlike Wednesday, the humidity is about to dial back up again. We caught a small little break, and that kept heat index values down as we went through the afternoon and evening yesterday. But here we are at the lunch hour. It's already feeling like it's getting into the 90s in Leesburg and Frederick. We're going to see these heat index numbers continue to climb as we go through the rest of the afternoon and evening, pushing the upper 90s to near 100. That will be the feels like temperature. The air temps out there will be in the lower 90s for at least that brief bit of time as we've had over the last few days, 3 to 6 o'clock. That will be our hottest stretch of the afternoon. But today is not going to be anything like what we're about to experience from Friday straight through the weekend. Look at this, folks. We're talking air temperatures mid to upper 90s. That is going to be pushing, if not tying, some record highs as we go over the weekend. And regardless, even if we just barely miss 100, we're going to be feeling it, folks, because the heat index is going to be well into the triple digits. So we'll talk more about how long this excessive heat will last before we get a little bit of relief. That's all coming up in a look at your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, we'll check back. Thank you. In the middle of this heat wave, the DMV is trying to stay cool, but those rising energy prices can be expensive. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is outside of Dominion Energy in Alexandria with how to save money while cooling off.
We're blasting our AC in the news van, and you can bet people across the DMV to be blasting their ACs today, but that can get pretty costly, especially since we're expected to remain in the 90s over the next several days. So here are some tips on how to save money while you're trying to stay cool. A recent report found the average cost of cooling your home will cost nearly 8% more than last year. So Pepco, which provides energy to the district, Montgomery and Prince George's counties, recommends closing your blinds, shades, and curtains. That will help keep unwanted heat out of your home. It recommends you keep your thermostat up a few degrees. Dominion Energy, which provides energy to Virginia, recommends setting it at 78 degrees or higher. It also recommends unplugging chargers or electronics when not in use, and turn off your lights. Pepco and Dominion also offers assistance programs to help those in need to save on their energy bills. Now, a recent report also states that the increase in energy demand and use could also cause some places to lead to power outages and shortages. For now, in Alexandria, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
Liberty, thank you. And with temperatures expected to be in the 90s, officials are reminding you to look before you lock up. That means that double checking your cars for pets, kids, and older adults. Temperatures inside your car can become deadly quickly. Even when the outside temperature is 80 degrees, temperatures inside a car can rise to nearly 100 degrees in 10 minutes. In 30 minutes, they can rise to nearly 115 degrees. And in an hour, temperature can be over 120 degrees. Now, the heat that we're feeling is not just uncomfortable, it also is hurting wallets. Electricity bills are expected to reach record-breaking levels. One report estimates the average cost of home cooling will be about $719, up nearly 8% from last year. Now, if demand for electricity ends up higher than anticipated, some experts say that parts of the U.S. could see power shortages. And to keep track of all the extreme heat and the latest weather updates while on the go, visit our website, and you can scan the QR code on your screen. You can also go straight to DCNewsNow.com. and hover over the weather tab at the top of the page, and then scroll down and click DMV Extreme Heat for more stories. Well, developing now, D.C. police investigating the deadly shooting in Northeast that happened on the 4400 block of Hunt Place. D.C. News Now's Yamarie Sase has more.
Yeah, many neighbors here on Hunt Place in Northeast say they were surprised when they learned that someone was shot and killed in their very own neighborhood, and many of them say they're frustrated with the violence across the district.
I'm upset. I don't like it. It's too much, and it's unnecessary killing.
Detectives spent hours here on Hunt Place in Northeast investigating a deadly shooting. Around 3 a.m., police arrived on the scene and found a man suffering from gunshot wounds. After EMS tried to save him, he died at the scene. Loved ones tell us the victim was in his 20s and was a very calm, loving person. A woman who lives in the neighborhood who did not want to be identified for safety reasons says it's a quiet area, but she's fed up with the senseless gun violence happening across the district.
It just don't make no sense why there's so much shooting and so much killing. It just don't really make no more sense, and I'm sick of it. They need more police patrolling the neighborhood, especially from 12 to 3 in the morning.
Now, if you have any information, you are encouraged to call DC Police. For now, reporting in Northeast, I'm Yamarie Sase, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Yamarie. D.C. police say a man is dead after being shot at Northwest. It happened near S and 9th Streets around 11:30 last night. Investigators said that they tried life-saving efforts, but the man died at the scene. Our team is working to get additional details, and we're going to bring you more information as we learn more. Well, Prince George's County police are releasing the name of the man killed in Tuesday night shooting in Suitland, Maryland. Investigators said 24-year-old Sean Bethea was found in a stairwell near Regency Park Court suffering from gunshot wounds. They say that's where he died, and the police are trying to determine a motive as they look for a suspect or suspects. Well, it's deja vu for D.C. A D.C. woman after her Kia Soul is stolen for a second time out of a parking garage. It happened sometime on Saturday. D.C. News Now's Mariel Carbone spoke to the woman who says that she's fed up.
It's like the violation that never ends.
For Nikki Peel, Monday felt like deja vu.
I said, this cannot possibly be happening to me again.
We first introduced you to Peel last year when her black Kia Soul was stolen from her parking garage in Northeast. This week it happened again, this time here at our new place in Noma, the Cielo.
I actually thought I might be on the wrong floor, or maybe it was towed, and I checked my AirTag and saw that it was in Temple Hills, Maryland, and I just burst out crying.
That AirTag, just one level of protection. Peel says her car had 2 steering wheel locks, a tire wheel lock, plus a hefty bill of $275 a month for secure garage parking.
My Kia had to be the most hardened vehicle in the District of Columbia.
Maryland police eventually located the car. She saw it for the first time at a tow lot.
It was like seeing your best buddy on his worst day.
And these pictures show the damage. The ignition ripped out, the door handle busted off, the trunk gone. A timeline for repairs is unclear.
My brain is telling me it's time to let it go. But my practical side of my brain is also saying, where is it going to go? Because I can't sell it to an individual person who's going to want to buy it.
DC News Now reached out to the apartment's management company. In a statement, a spokesperson said, in part, we are reviewing the events surrounding the incident to inform the future protocol and usage of the automated garage system.
I expect so much more.
As for those responsible for the crime,
I hope you have a miserable life.
Reporting for DC News Now, I'm Mariel Carbone.
DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and the stakes are high for the race in Virginia's 7th district. But local experts say that the congressional race will be one of the biggest and most expensive in this year's general election. Democrat Eugene Vindman and Republican Derek Anderson will face off in November after winning their respective primaries on Tuesday. Both Anderson and Vindman are veterans. Experts say the result of the District 7 race could help decide who will gain control of the U.S. House of Representatives.
An enormous amount of attention, partly because of Vindman. He is a national figure. People remember him. And it's competitive enough so that it doesn't take much to have an upset on Election Day.
Well, Vindman tells us in an interview that he expects the race to be very competitive. And we also reached out to Anderson's campaign for comment. We have not heard back. Well, when it comes to sprucing up your outdoor spaces, it's not always easy. And if you're trying out your green thumb, you're probably spending lots of money on seeds and supplies. So how do you know what you're getting if the best price without sacrificing quality? Well, the average household spent about $616 in 2022 for lawn and gardening supplies. According to a 2023 survey by the National Gardening Association, Washington Consumers Checkbook, which rated 87 garden centers in the D.C. area, says that there are big price differences among sellers.
A lot of the people we surveyed say, well, it depends on what I'm buying. If I'm just buying some annuals, I don't really care that they're going to thrive really well because they're only going to last for a few months. They go to the big box retailers for that. When they need more expensive shrubs or trees, stuff they really want to last a long time and be of high quality, they end up going to the more expensive garden centers.
Well, some experts recommend avoiding wasting money on care you don't need. Certain apps will help you identify what your plants need to thrive and grow. People who live in apartments and condos can start with windowsill crops, and then they can buy seeds online. Plus, turn certain cartons and containers into pots that you want to use for veggies.